Will rumble for 28 yards. Nice return here. You always like that special teams play. First down for the Banks. Then in the fourth, it is blowout time. East Banks number 7, Laniel Woods, blasts his way into the end zone. Make it 58-0. 58-0. That has locked up our Sports 1 sports ticker. We'll get it going for you. But yeah, it's 58-0. Then you've seen it before. See it again. Jeremiah Farrell takes it up the middle, wide open for a touchdown. East Bank rocks him. So many points we couldn't see it. Yeah, 64-13 over the Generals. Wow, what a game there. You know, the Matewan Tigers headed for a long ride up to Fayetteville, only slightly less eventful than a ride on the new Orgali Rivers. But Yogi Kinder can sightsee later on. The Tigers and the Pirates have it at it, and we'll check.
Ford Toyota.
Pollen count for tonight, we're looking at molds in the medium range and ragweed in the very high range, and they continue.
South Charleston Black Eagles hosting the DuPont Panthers. A great night to be at Lions Field in Dunbar for this one. Scoreless in the second quarter. How do you like your new chopper, by the way? Pretty hot, huh? 3rd and goal at the Panthers 7. Joe Wagner finds no running room at DuPont's Matt Spalding and Chris Robinson with the big hit. South Charleston opts for the field goal. Richard O'Neill hammers it through from 27 yards out. 3-0 Black Eagles. And South Charleston's defense gets the ball right back. Robinson intercepted by Wagner, thank you very much, who carries it into DuPont territory. And South Charleston caps the drive as Jason Haynes, who had a real strong game last week, remember, against Huntington, spinning, twisting. He's a pinball in there, 4 yards out. A 2-point conversion try failed. 9-0 South Charleston. More turnover problems for DuPont on their next possession. Robinson looks okay on the option, but that thing is coming out. And it's Thurman Keene with the recovery for South Charleston. Now, 3 of the light posts went dark moments later, but the game continued. And South Charleston went for the knockout punch. It's Jason Meeks with the play action to Keene for the 30-yard touchdown. South Charleston wins tonight over DuPont, the final 24-8. Tonight at Hurricane, the Redskins played host to 2D Carter. I'm going to have to get some Dramamine if we're going to have that chopper every week. Hurricane quarterback Brian Bennett intercepted by Mike Vance of the Hillbillies. So it's 4th and 5 at the Hurricane 31. Man quarterback Dustin Mitchell, not this time. Ooh, the one-handed takedown by Clinton Shrewsbury of the Redskins. This was just a hard-hitting affair all night long. Bennett to Carrier. I don't think so. Mitchell with the big hit, but give this game to Hurricane. 14-0 the final. At Nitro, the 1-1 Wildcats played host to George Washington. The Patriots snapped their 24-game losing streak 2 weeks ago with a win over Point Pleasant. What was it about the Airs tonight? Lots of defense. J.R. House. He's going to be a good one, but he's picked off here by GW's John Fletcher. Takes it deep into Wildcat territory, but Nitro would hold GW on down. Then on the punt, this is Brian Clark. Sets up his blocks beautifully, works his way down the right sideline into GW territory. And then Barry Dickerson gets into the books with a field goal. Lots of field goals tonight. And get a load of that kick. That is an outstanding kick. Ryan Blake in the 4th quarter in relief of House. Takes it in. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. Did you think we were going to talk about Truman Griffith every week of GW? I'm sorry. Not tonight. Nitro brings GW back to earth. The final, 27-15. Now, our D. Delancey we got him off the bench tonight, put him in action on the high school football beat. And D, tell us about one of the state's biggest matchups tonight. Capitol High at Cabell Midland. The Knights, of course, knocked off the Cougars last season.
That's right, Dave. This was one of the important matchups early in this season. 2 of the state's top teams pitted against each other down in eastern Cabell County. The winner possibly being ranked #1 in the state. Capital pretty much had its way in the first half. At Cabell Midland tonight, holding a 14-0 halftime lead. It was a tough night for one of the best backs in the state. You won't see this often. Jay Miller fumbles on this carry, which sets up a Capital touchdown. Marcus Dawkins, 22-yard romp, gives Capital a 21-zip lead in the 3rd quarter. Capital trying to add to the lead here, but good defense by Midland's Jimmy Chapman. The Knights finally get on the board with this 10-yard Jay Miller catch in the end zone. Not enough tonight. Capital rolls with a 23-7 win. Over at Fairfield Stadium tonight, Logan paying a visit to Huntington East. Early in the game with no score, the Highlanders threatened. Fourth down, deep in Logan territory, but the Wildcats hold this time. After a scoreless first quarter, East with the ball again. Mike Blake takes the handoff, lowers his shoulders, and runs 15 yards for the Highlanders score. Huntington East shuts out Logan tonight 20-0. And Dave, going back to that Capital Midland game, one important first for the new stadium down there in eastern Cabell County, the first loss for the Knights in their new stadium. The season will get tougher for all those teams involved as we proceed through the year.
All right, D, good job tonight. 1 point about that Logan game over Huntington East after they stumbled in their opener against Man. Corky Griffith has the Wildcats really cooking.
Yeah, really does.
All right, thank you very much. Traditional Class AA powerhouse East Bank has only 3 home games this season. The first of those came tonight as the Pioneers met the Winfield Generals. And after losing to John Marshall last week, the bank was open for offense tonight. Third quarter, it's already 33-0, folks. We've got to get East Bank to hold off on the touchdown so we get our cameras rolling. Mike Roebuck, 75 yards. And I still haven't seen a Winfield defender. And it gets his reaction. Yeah, Mike, we got it. We'll send you the bill. Winfield quarterback John Bowman intercepted. Here comes Tony Carroll. Get a load of this move right there on his way to the end zone. Don't count out East Bank. Ralph Hensley's got it going on down there. Geez, I wish you'd talk to our camera right there. Here comes the fullback. Sorry about that. That is Daniel Workman picking up the fumble recovery. He's going to take it in. Folks, it was 52-0 at this point, and we want to show you what kind of a night it was for Winfield. Keep your eye on Joe Duffield. Going to lose his helmet. He was down for a while. That had to hurt, but he got back up. But Winfield, as a team collectively, did not. East Bank rolls tonight, 64-13. Our final stop tonight is Seth in Boone County, where the
48-yard field goal.
For Coach Blaine Wilkerson, it's Richard Chandler making it to the right sideline.
Didn't I see you in, or maybe reintroducing Sean?
Schedule by hosting Nitro. Let's check it out. On the kickoff here, you'll pick up Nitro's Jason Redmond after he picks up the ball. Nice 20-yard gain here. Big Jason. He rumbles up the field. And that's when things got popping. Look, Bunny. Rabbit season. Yeah, later on. How about this? St. Albans Chris Moss takes the punt at his own 35. This is not Randy Moss, of course. This is Chris Moss. But I'll tell you what, same result. It is off to the races. What a return. He will go 65 yards for the touchdown. What about the Red Dragons? They win it easily over Nitro. Chopper says, got to go.
Keith, if ever there was a time for Tootie Carter's man, he'll head in this one. DuPont's quarterback, Jay Jones, almost gets sacked. Pitches at the last second to Chris Robinson, and look at him go. Dodges, tackles, he's everywhere. Across the field, huge, huge gain. That play led to this 33-yard field goal attempt, and it's up, and it's good, 9-0. Moments later, Mans, Jason Stacy, bounces off one tackle, then breaks it to the outside. He could go. He did go all the way. That's a touchdown. 9-6 DuPont. DuPont then later falls on the ball at the 4-yard line. Fumble. Man recovers. There's the final man. And a bit of an upset. 12-9 over the Panthers.
Wow. Let's check it out now. This is GW and Herbert Hoover. Hoover's Adam Samples to number 9, Jason Kelly. Brought down by Brian Query. Later on, Herbert Hoover gets a touchdown from Chris McDonough. Extra point, or the point after we call it here, is good. And what about it? George Washington and Herbert Hoover. Let's check the final as Hoover wins it easily over the Patriots. All right, now, what do you think the vent lines will say on Monday morning in the Charleston papers after the Sissonville East Bank game? Maybe these two schools should have a civil war and settle it once and for all. Well, it was a war. Checking it out tonight. Man, come on. You guys are beating each other. Fired up. Sissonville's Russ Jesse takes the handoff up the middle, in for the touchdown, 2-point conversion. Good 8-zip Sissonville. East Bank's Chad Green fakes the handoff, keeps it himself around the left side. Knocked out of bounds, and he'll go into the drums. Step back, please, band. Step back. Later on, next play, as a matter of fact, Mike Roebuck off the right side, 8-6. That makes Sissonville just a 2-point lead. And then Aaron Moss down the left side. He could go all the way. In fact, he will. East Bank with the big win in that big rivalry, 18-14 over the Indians. All right, now, coming up next, the river runs through them, both of them, Point Pleasant and Gallup Police in the Battle of Ohio.
And we'll journey with the Pioneers. Wayne visiting Fairland tonight. Highlights in a bit. First, more scores.
Tonight, George Washington hosting Herbert Hoover. Hoover built a 14-7 halftime lead on the Patriots. Chris McDonough with the 1-yard touchdown. He really runs hard and gets to the hole quickly. GW is improved this season for Mo Townsend's Patriots. Quarterback Truman Griffith. Yes, that's Wendy's younger brother on the rollout. And the strike to Kane Wilder. But GW just didn't have enough of those kind of plays tonight. Hoover on the move. It's Adam Samples. You get a load of this. The crossbody flip. Oh, that's very nice. Down the field to Jim Smith. A key first down, and the drive continues into the fourth quarter on the option. After losing to Polka in last year's AA title game, Sissonville needed a win to avoid an 0-3 start. Second half action, Sissonville's got the ball. Chad McClanahan tosses one into the middle. Great diving interception by Chad Green. For East Bank, they capitalize as running back Mike Roebuck takes the ball around the end and scores on a 16-yard run. The game was delayed a while. An unwilling participant got into the mix, but the refs cleared our friend out and the game went on. That's why they make the big bucks. Sissonville's offense stymied in the fourth quarter. Doggone it, let's get this thing back. Here we go. Late in the game, East Bank trying to run out the clock. They fumble the ball. Sissonville has it on the 2-yard line. Fourth down, only 52 ticks to go, but East Bank holds up the Indians. The game's over. East Bank wins it 18-14. In Montgomery tonight.
Here, the fake punt. Little trickery by the Pioneers. Green coming right at you. Finally corralled by the Indians. And then it will be Green again, but he loses control. The ball goes straight up in the air, and it's picked off. Eric Clendenin for the Indians. But East Bank would hold off Sissonville on that particular offensive series. But here the Indians will score second quarter. Chad McClanahan handing off to Russ Jesse for the first score of the game. But East Bank prevails over Sissonville tonight by a final score of 18-14. The Bank over Sissonville. Fayette County rivals Fayetteville and Meadow Bridge hooked up tonight on the Cats' home turf. Always interesting when these two get together. Our Mike Dubin was there and has this game report. All right.
So Brian Bennett, 25-yard gain. Watch him bust up that gut. Tried to bust some tackles, too. Set up the touchdown pass right here for the Redskins. Watch him kind of
Passy. He'll keep it in the right hand, a little straight arm, and pick up some good yards. Then Chad Green, a former athlete of the week. No athlete of the week jinx for Chad Green. Big touchdown run for the QB. The Bank rolls. They are now 7-2. The final score 34-6. And our final stop, Buffalo Putnam Advance.
Well, the East Bank Pioneers are still rolling. Let's go into Mike Roebuck. He flies 35 yards up the sideline. He tight-ropes it. He's into the Montgomery end zone. Still second quarter now. Quarterback Chad Green. He can throw. He can also run, my friends. He slips a tackle, and he is gone. 40 yards for a score. East Bank led 21-0 at the half. And again, no final knock game, but we're going to assume that East Bank won it. Now, the Gremlins have told me that we do have the poker game here. Quarterback Brian.
Portsmouth Notre Dame continues to
Chad
roll.
Green lobs it up, caught by Richie Sutton. Then Jeremiah Farrell takes it around the outside for the nice little gainer right here. This wasn't it, though, because Farrell came up again. Up that gut for East Bank. They pull out the big, big win there, 38-7. Keith.
All right, Dave, a couple of playoff teams.